Sterling Matthews sentence right now. Is doing a life sentence right now in Cumberland for somebody I killed. Somebody I killed on Halloween with a Hellraiser mask. That 25 caliber that night that killed Daquan. I did that shit 2010 Halloween. Pin razor mask. Sterling Matthews is doing a life sentence right now. Is doing a life sentence right now in Cumberland for somebody I killed. Somebody I killed on Halloween with a Hellraiser mask. I had that Glock 17 and that 25 caliber that night that killed Daquan. I did that shit 2010 Halloween. Pin razor mask. Boy, Sterling ain't do that shit. I love you, woo baby, but he ain't do that shit. Big Rambo did that shit 2010. Stepped on him. Yeah, Tyran, I killed him too 2011. I killed him too up the apartments playing games, came through the lake playing games, stepped on his bitch ass, came through, let off shots, ain't hit me. Double back in 48 minutes and killed that nigga, dummy. You hear me? Stepped on him. O'Dyer and them try to say I read it. Niggas try to say I read it. So I walked motherfucking side. He through the alley and Rambo court and gave his little ass 10 shots in his head, too. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Then I stood over him, dummy. Boom, 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 boom. Fuck is you talking about? Then I went, dummy, I'm dead, dummy. I'm dead. Then I went down Calhoun Street. And I killed like 3 niggas down there. You feel me? Yes, money. Make sure this shit gets out. You got niggas that's doing time sentence for shit that I done did. You feel me? Cool. I still doing business for the hood. Niggas doing time behind me. Everybody died around me. Sterling.
One of the stab wounds on my neck was right here. I had got stabbed right here, and then I busted my lip on the steps right here. And then 2 of the stab wounds were over here.
The man responsible.
The next day after he came home.
31-year-old Antonio Hart.
That was the Antonio I knew. He was telling me, like, how we were going to go. He was like, should we drive off a cliff? Should I have you tied to me?
During an hours-long standoff, Erica was stabbed 11 times.
You said I'm blue? Mm-hmm. That's why I'm trying to keep you warm.
I couldn't move. I couldn't move my legs. I couldn't feel this at all. My back was soaking wet.
So you weren't able to walk at this point?
I couldn't do nothing.
On the floor.
He knew I couldn't walk.
While you're laying there, though, what's running through your head?
I kept telling myself I have to control my bleeding because I'm not dying and leaving the kids behind.
Where'd you get up?
Full video on our YouTube channel.
Is doing a life sentence right now. Is doing a life sentence right now in Cumberland for somebody I killed on Halloween with a Hellraiser mask. I'm dead, dummy.
Okay, this guy just confessed to a murder and says somebody's doing a life sentence for that very same murder. Well, now that this guy's confessed, does that mean the person who's already in prison walks out? Well, no, not necessarily. So, taking this guy at his word that he says he's dead and he shows this, his gunshot wound to his chest, they're not just going to take that. The government's not just going to take that as gospel, okay? Because if that were the case, anytime somebody's dying, they can fall on the sword for their buddy and say, oh, no, I'm the one who did it. he's wrongfully imprisoned. So there needs to be more information to verify that this new confession is in fact legit. Now, in this particular case, he starts talking about the details, how it happened, when it happened, the motive for it happening, which seems to add a little bit of credibility as well. But it's still not enough. What's going to happen is through the appellate process or an investigative process, they're going to dig into this confession. And they're going to take a look to see if there's anything that they have to verify that what this guy is saying is true. Now, if it's ironclad, it's true, the guy is going to get out on appeal. If it's not ironclad, well, he may be stuck in prison for the rest of his life for a crime he didn't commit.
Sterling Matthews is doing a life sentence right now. Is doing a life sentence right now in Cumberland for somebody I killed on Halloween with a Hellraiser mask. I'm dead, dummy.
Okay, this guy just...
What happened? They shot him dead. They killed the man.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So when y'all go over there and talk to him about his reason, do y'all ask him for his ID?
Yeah, and he provides it.
No, y'all do not. I be sitting right here watching. Nobody asking for his ID.
I'm not arguing with you.
I'm not arguing with you either. I'm not giving you no. I'm going to jail.
Yes.
If I don't provide my ID,
yes, ma'am.
let's do it. I'm not giving you my ID.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
This is ridiculous.
Hey, turn around, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
I need to put my shoes on.
I didn't ask for it.
Wait a minute, don't you put your hands on me like that.
Hold on.
Don't push my son.
Whoa, hold on, wait.
Not push my son.
Ma, calm down, please, everybody, please, calm down, please. Ma, everybody, calm down,
I'm gonna give you
please.
one more chance. Somebody just call the phone and call your daddy.
Ma, please.
Why do you need my ID?
I've already explained to you.
Why do you need my ID?
Ma, just give him your ID, Ma, please.
Why do you need my ID?
Ma, please call. Ma,
Put your hands off of me.
no, it's okay. Ma, it's okay.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! I'm hit! What? In the car! I was shot through the car! Oh!
Who was shot and killed in this parking lot this morning. I want to show you some video from earlier. This is the Castle Village Estates in Randolph. Investigators blocked off a portion of the parking lot. They towed away a blue pickup truck and focused their efforts on the tree line here. Officers also went into the apartment buildings to talk with potential witnesses. Now, the victim's mom identifies him as DeAndre Jones. He's 32 years old and lived in the complex with his girlfriend. She says that he had just arrived home and that his girlfriend heard the gunshots from inside the apartment. He also has a 14-year-old daughter. His mother calls whoever shot him a coward.
I got a call about maybe 11:30 saying my son got shot. He's going to Brockton Hospital. I went to Brockton Hospital. They told me my son was dead.
If you think Congress is corrupt today, just wait until you learn about this guy, Nelson Aldridge. He was a powerful senator from Rhode Island in the early 1900s. In fact, he was the chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, and he would leverage his position to become the primary driver of the Federal Reserve Act, which would give a small group of bankers associated with the Rockefeller family a monopoly over the printing of the U.S. dollar. The 16th Amendment would be passed at the same time and allow for the creation of the federal income tax. tax. There was no federal income tax in America before 1913. But after 1913, the Federal Reserve Bank would not only print money out of thin air, they would be paid back interest on the money they printed. And that's what the federal income tax pays for. Not roads or even war, but interest paid back on money that didn't previously exist. Money paid to whoever owns the stock in the corporate Federal Reserve Bank, which was organized by the banking associates of the Rockefeller family. Oh, and the daughter of Nelson Aldrich married John D. Rockefeller Jr. And this is why I write books on the corruption of the banking system, the history of fake news, how information is controlled, and rights fundamental to being an American. Because our kids deserve the truth. ClassicalLearner.com.
So in China, for example, if a traffic camera catches you jaywalking in China, the digital ID system has you. It has your blood now. It has your genetic code. It has your photograph. It can identify how you walk, so even if you can't see a face, you can be picked up by gait. It will convict you of jaywalking and take money out of your bank account with no intermediating judiciary at all, and show a picture of you to the people in the neighborhood so they know that you have jaywalked, and reduce your social credit score. And if your social credit score falls below a certain level, then you can't buy drinks from a vending machine. You can't play video games. You can't go on a train. You can't get out of your 15-minute city. All that's already in place in China.
A crisis that is getting worse every day.
Tonight, California still on high alert following the latest wave of severe weather. In Malibu this morning, a massive mudslide shutting down the Pacific Coast Highway during the rush hour commute. Rancho Palos Verdes now declaring a state of emergency. The relentless rain saturating the soil, accelerating the already moving land, causing damage to homes, streets, and water mains.
This land out here has moved up to 7 feet in the past 15 months, 3 to 4 feet in just the last 3 months. And this right here, this is the impact. These massive cracks in the earth, this popular scenic trail getting washed away.
Along the coast, massive homes teetering on the cliffs.
Take a look for yourself and see what you think it is. Hipolito Ramos, a Kingsburg resident, is now looking at his camera footage asking the same question we are all asking. What is that?
I caught an object that flew through my backyard. It seemed like a piece of light with a weird trail behind it. I'm not too sure what it is.
Take a closer look. Wednesday night, he says his motion sensor notification went off around 10:09 at night, to be exact, near the Century Communities in Kingsburg.
Oh, I thought it was a shooting star initially, and then I looked closer, and it started digging and dagging on its trajectory. So I don't know. It's something different that I've ever seen. That's for sure.
Could it be aliens?
The truth is out there.
Should illegal immigrants receive welfare?
I think it's crashing the country right now just by them doing that.
To be honest, I really feel they shouldn't be like that because it's already hard enough for us, you know, not no shade, but.
Should illegal immigrants receive taxpayer-funded welfare?
Yes.
Yes.
I think so. They're here and they're contributing, so they should have the same access to the same programs that we do.
Definitely, yeah.
I don't like calling people illegal immigrants. I'll just call them
felons. We go to Mexico, we're not getting free health care, are we?
But we not even gonna make it back.
The common ground is not to keep giving and giving. It's called work and reward. So if you want to give, if they need something, they should work for it.
It's unfair to people who actually pay taxes. The U.S. is a nightclub, and we're at capacity.
Let me in. Let me in.
It predicted yesterday that in most cases, if you ask for an extension on a bond in a civil case where, you know, you've got to put together maybe $400 million, you would get the extension if you said, hey, these are the reasons why. And, of course, when you're Donald Trump and you've got now 24 days left to do it, you get denied.
Even liberal publications are writing, hey, we've never seen anybody prosecuted for providing, you know, the valuations of properties that we haggle about with a bank when there's no victim. Now another example where they're literally applying the law in a one-off way that demonstrates that this is a political prosecution. The whole world is watching what's taking place and the way that this New York prosecutor has acted and the judge acted in that case. I hope this all crumbles when it gets to appeal. The pain that is happening in the middle of an American election to undermine these institutions, it just breaks my heart, Jordan. It is so unprecedented and so unfathomable.
Yeah.
In Chicago, there's a migrant crisis town hall meeting tonight. So I'm going to go there and speak a little bit, hear from the people what's really going on, because the country want to know. Me personally, I believe the migrant situation in Chicago and New York is being led by the federal government. They're spearheading this to basically erase black people politically. Chicago has the only predominantly black U.S. congressional district in the entire country. That's why Obama had a lane. Carol Moseley Braun had a lane. Most of your modern black senators, we've only had a handful. They came from Chicago because y'all have the only predominantly black U.S. congressional district. So they want to switch that out for Latinos. That's why they're here, to replace us politically. I suspect that at some future point in time, if they're not already doing it, they're going to fast track the migrants in Chicago and New York to full citizenship so they can vote. And I wouldn't be surprised if they'll be eligible to vote in time for next November's presidential election. This is a purge of black by brown, and this is a takeover because Chicago and New York are our two strongest and largest black communities and black consciousness communities. So they want to blot that out. The strategy is if we can take New York and take Chicago, the rest of black America doesn't stand a chance.
Guys, unfortunately, but slowly but surely, America is losing its ability to call ourselves a democracy. California is looking to follow in the footsteps of Colorado by banning Donald Trump from the ballot. Now, what does this mean? If you are a Trump supporter anywhere in California, you will lose the ability to cast your vote for your preferred candidate. You won't have the option because they don't believe that you have the right to decide for yourself who you wish to be the president of the United States. Now, I thought that was what they did in third world countries and dictatorships, not in the United States of America. What's happening in America right now is absolutely insane. We have the federal government being weaponized against conservatives. We have a military that is more focused on being woke than actually ready and capable of killing terrorists. And it goes a lot deeper than you can even imagine. You all need to click the link in my bio and watch the video that exposes it all.
Kara. The Santa Ana Watershed Project Authority, also known as SAWPA, a joint power authority spanning portions of Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange counties, announced January 9th that they've conducted its first cloud seeding event. The agency says that the 4-year weather modification program, which launched in November 2023, intends to evaluate the effectiveness of enhancing local water supplies through cloud seeding in the region. Cloud seeding involves infusing silver iodide mixed with acetone particles into the clouds during a storm, causing ice crystals to form and water to condense into rain or snow. SAWPA cloud seeded during 3 storms in the last week of December and the first week of January. While cloud seeding is not a new technology, first experiments took place in the 1940s. It fell out of favor in the 80s for being unacceptable ethically and an environmental hazard. Several unintended consequences from cloud seeding. A study in the UAE demonstrated that cloud seeding operations lead to an increase in urban flooding. Silver iodide is known to be toxic and is regulated under the Clean Water Act as hazardous substance. Studies have documented potential harms from bioaccumulation, particularly for aquatic life. Wow, and look at our county. You guys cloud seeded us on purpose. You destroyed these people's homes. They didn't have flood insurance, but you all know that.
California is rolling out new housing laws next year. Governor Newsom just gave it the green light, basically giving tenants more benefits. Starting in July, security deposits cannot exceed 1 month's rent. That's a change from the previous allowance of several months' rent up front. Evicting tenants based on calls to law enforcement for suspected criminal activity or alleged nuisance activity will now be illegal. Landlords won't be able to do that anymore. In April, landlords will face a tougher time evicting tenants for family reasons. So no more evictions because they or their family want to move in. The family will have to move in within 90 days and commit to staying for at least a year.
done terrorized my block, man. They done terrorized my block, man. I don't appreciate this too much, bro. Y'all ain't finna be coming around the motherfucking Sausage Balloon Lounge, nigga. Blapping everybody in sight, bro. What going on, Jack? Yeah, we gotta do better, Oakland. We got to do better. You beat this bitch, nigga, we going to war. I'm just saying, this bitch ain't being touched. Oh, they got Lil Bree over there too, man.